Hey guys, it's Nick the Booksmith. Welcome back, welcome back. So I wanted to share with you a project that was shared with me by a subscriber. Hi David. It's been, 6 weeks ago or so, if not longer. And David shared something with me, a little tidbit that he had found out, and so I thought I would share it with you because he said it was okay to do that. So I'm gonna do that. I taped down this paper, and what this is, it is the backing from some shipping label, like sticker paper. I'm just going to make sure that it's not gonna move around a whole lot. Okay, and what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be taking some tape, and this is like shiny Scotch tape. And that's what he says is the best to use. And we're gonna be aging this, hopefully. I've tried it a couple of times and had good results both times. So that is usually the kiss of death for when I want to make a YouTube video, so you have been warned. My other thing was that David was using browns and earthy neutral colors, which I did not have in alcohol ink. So I had to mix some brown, which I did, and it's fairly easy to mix brown. You mix brown in alcohol ink just like you would in acrylic paint. So all of the primary colors together will make brown. You can mix red and green and get brown. You can mix blue and orange and get brown, and you can mix violet and yellow and get brown. So opposite on the color wheel, you'll get brown. It's kind of a trial and error thing. Get out your color wheel, and alcohol inks are kind of expensive, so maybe use some craft paint to practice on and write down your findings before you get out the alcohol inks. Because I have a set of inks. They are the Jacquard Pinata, and so I do have green and I do have orange. There's blue and black, but there's no brown. There's no brown. And the yellow is like a bright Tweety bird yellow, but I do have purple, and I have a magenta, which is not exactly what I needed, and then I also have a gold. Of course, later on, I found my Adirondack red after I was done mixing, of course, because that's how I roll, people. So after I mixed up my colors, which I had mixed up several because I didn't know exactly how the tones were going to end up. So I mixed up 5 different tones. So one is like a orangey yellow, one's a dark brown, this is a light orangey brown. As you can see, I labeled them. This one's like a bronze. But I ended up liking the combination of the yellow and the dark brown. So the yellow was basically just regular yellow, and I added a little bit of the orange to it, and I also added a drop of blue, I believe, just a drop, because it's not real dark. But then the dark brown was blue and orange together. I don't remember the ratio because I didn't write it down. And then this is a Mr. bottle of just straight alcohol, just pure 90% isopropyl alcohol. What I was instructed to do once I got my colors was to put the tape down on to the back of some sticker paper and then just start dropping color, and he suggested using cotton balls, and so I'll show you kind of what I did. I have these little needle nose dropper bottles, and so which are quite awesome. So I just randomly placed some ink on the tape, and all over my hands, which is why I'm wearing the doctor's examination gloves today. It took forever to get all that ink off. And then I'm going to drop some, oops, ooh, I say some and it splooshes out, some of the dark brown. And it's really dark brown. Here comes the OCD. But you don't have enough over there. As if it matters. And then take a cotton ball and just going to kind of dab that over to create a mottled background. And of course, you don't have to do this just in browns and earth tone colors. You can, I mean, could you imagine how beautiful this would be in teal and purples, or I mean, just go nuts, man. Just go nuts. And you can muck around with this as much as you want, or you can stop. It's up to you as far as your level of messing around with that stuff. Now, let me zoom you in a little bit here. And now what I did was I kind of let that dry a little bit. And then I took the mister bottle of just the plain alcohol, and from kind of far away, probably like a foot, I'm just putting out little tiny misties. And it breaks up the alcohol ink, the color on there, and it makes it separate. And then if that isn't enough, you could always take a dropper and just drop some. But I like the idea of having it misted on there first, because then that creates a smaller, tinier pattern that you might not be able to get if you did that later on. It's just a nice little base pattern, I think. And if at some point you're like, ugh, I don't like that, you just take your cotton ball and go over it again. Smooths out what you did. Watch this. I'll show you, just in case you wanted to know this part. I know some of you are like, no, that was awesome. Yeah, but it's awesome every time. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Just spray it with some alcohol and boom. Just depends on how aged and how dark you want your tape. Maybe you don't, oops, that's why it's taped down too. Maybe you don't want it real dark. You smear that around a little bit and make it look like intentional. Now I'm going to take the bottle again and spray. Ooh, so cool. Of course I got a little piece of ball right there. Get that out. So how cool is that? And you can just keep messing around with it until your sticker backing paper disintegrates. Talk about a cheap thrill. I'm going to take some more of the yellow, kind of dot it around a little bit. I liked that, the dabbing, the dabbing. Dabbing is so 2018. I will put this on some paper and show you what it looks like taped to paper, because the tape stays sticky as long as you don't injure the sticky back part. Just let it do its thing. See, it gets all these little teeny tiny little dots, and then it smooths out. It's kind of cool. At least where I really spray it, it does. Just start messing around. If you have alcohol ink, at least the primary colors, you can make brown if you don't already have brown. And then if you don't want to make brown or yellow, if you don't want it to look aged, you can make any color you want. So I know it's on some white backer paper, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's kind of cool looking, right? Thank you, David. That's awesome. And he mentioned that you can spray it with sealer if you would want. So just some clear acrylic spray sealer or like artist fixative or something that would stick to this. Let me let's try it out on, should I take my gloves off? They're lovely. I know they're lovely. So here is some dictionary pages, and let's just make an injury that we have to repair. And then you can just leave them on the backer paper. Grab this one. And I'm just going to snip off as much as I want here. I'll take that much. Should I back out a little bit? I'm kind of, all right. I'm gonna open this up so I'm not tape it to the other page. That is most certainly something I would do. I'm gonna hold that down and tape that across there and then turn it over. And of course it wants to fold down in the other direction, so I'm just going to snip that off and tape over that side. And just fold this over. Just fold that over. So that looks pretty awesome, David. I think that is a winner. Doesn't that look like old Scotch tape that you use to patch something together, or somebody did 40 years ago? And then, because that's what it does, it yellows and it ages and it gets color. It gets color. And there's nothing wrong with a little color. Or a lot of color. I'm in the a lot of color camp for sure. I woke up this morning, and this is an odd thought to have. First thought when you wake up. My first thought was, why are perfume commercials so stupid? Every time a perfume commercial comes on, I think right away, I know it's a perfume commercial because it's ridiculous. It says nothing about the perfume. It doesn't tell you what it smells like. There's little wafy girls running around in a meadow. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Pillow fighting or whatever it is that they're doing. Like, yeah, that tells me nothing. Send me a sample. I don't know, man. I don't know. I find them irritating. Here's one of the glassine butterfly wings that we made many, many moons ago. And here is a little clip from a book. So now I need something here. Okay, I'm back. I got there was a piece of file folder in there, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. That'd be better than paper. And then another pet peeve got on the soapbox, not to be outdone, right? And said, what about sports bras? And you could hear the crowd, yeah. What about sports bras? It's like, it is the most difficult thing to find. Sorry guys, this is what it is today. For the guys out there, you just whistle a tune or turn on sports or something. Anyway, it is nearly impossible to find a good sports bra that actually has hooks in the front or the back. So that means that it is intended for you to pull on the bra over the top of your head and then to take it off over the top of your head. No woman in the world wants to put on or take off a bra over the top of her head. We had a meeting, we all agree. So why are they still out there? Why? So there was 2 pet peeves, and then a third one showed up. I kid you not, this was my thought process this morning when I woke up. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm trying to find something to go on here. Another voice I hear, ugh, and canister vacuums, which is not quite so polarizing because a lot of people love canister vacuums, even people that have to use them. I am of the opinion that using a canister vacuum is not unlike pulling a toddler around the house with a python and trying to get cleaning done. You don't want to give me a canister vacuum because it's ridiculous. Those are the pet peeves today. That is canister vacuums, sports bras without hooks. Actually, any bra without hook. They're ridiculous. I don't know who is making these bras. Is it women? Is it women who don't wear bras? Is it 23-year-olds that can rip on and off bras over their head willy-nilly with no effort whatsoever, and the rest of us are going, oh, are you kidding me? I think that's who it is. Either that or it's men. Men who just don't understand. That's what I wonder about the canister vacuums. So the camera shut off. I don't know where it shut off at, so sorry about that. I will try to piece back together the conversation I just had with myself. Like a backer of some kind. Just to do it. So I am collecting today, since it didn't happen yesterday, because I wasn't feeling well, the bookcase challenge bookcases. And I will collect them from all over the interwebs, and I will put them together. I just won't put them in this video. This video is already a hot mess. We don't need to include poor innocent bystanders in my hot messness. I will do a separate video on that. So I'm just going to take this tape. I'm going to tape down the wine, tape it down over here. But I think I wanted to see where it was going to sit. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it on this file folder thing. I am all over the place today, guys. Some days there is just not enough coffee, not enough nothing in the world to just keep my squirrels from running amok. Take the rough edges off of that for, I don't know why. Really, there's really no reason whatsoever for me to do that. None. I don't even know in what configuration or direction I want this to be in. Probably because it doesn't matter. And when something really doesn't matter too much, then you agonize over it because there's really no clear direction on where to go. Just saying. Just saying. And I didn't mean to turn this into a whole thing. I was just going to show you the tape. That's all I was going to show you. That was it. And look what happens. We are now 20 some minutes in, and here you are being held captive by my squirrels. I apologize. I apologize. I just thought the edge of that needed some ink. But you see that I'm not like wrapping things up and letting you go either. Am I sorry? Was that a real apology? I guess it wasn't. I want to get back to work on my book. I don't get a whole lot of time to work on my own projects like that. I don't have a lot of downtime to be able to do that. Well, one of these days I will have to do a day in the life of and show you what it is that I do every single day. I work every day. I don't work 12 hours a day, but I do work 10 to 12, 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, it's usually a good 6 hours on Saturday and at least 4 on Sunday. It can be a lot. That's just maintaining, answering students and getting YouTube videos together, digitals, and then just, you know, the random stuff that comes with life, accounting, and, you know, the stuff that we all have to do and wish we didn't. Okay, I just put a quote on here, just a rando quote, man. And I think perhaps we're going to use some of this just because. Okay, I don't want to cut this side. Why, Nick? Why don't you? Because I said so. Let me trim off a 1/4 inch. Is this side better? No, it is not. I know it says Prudential. It's almost like a insurance commercial. So because I'm not in Scotland today, like I should be, I have Amazon Prime, which I've had for moons, many, many moons. You can get like little side extra supplemental, what do you call it, subscriptions to channels on Prime Video. There's a British channel that's on there. It's called Acorn TV, and there's a free, I think it's 30-day preview. So I signed up for a free 30-day preview. Let's see if I actually get to watch anything, because that's usually my deal. And so I'm gonna put this kind of here. So I thought, well, if I can't be in the UK, then perhaps I can at least watch some people who are in the UK, see some countryside. I'm gonna just kind of plop that there. I'm just going to trim these in half because it doesn't really need full pieces of tape there on something that small. There, we'll just pretend that that little specimen is just taped down. Now, this can go down here perhaps. Perhapsels. But apparently I wanted to take up your whole day here. I wanted to put it on something dark down here, and I backed it on this other paper, and that is not what I had intended to do. So I'm just going to snip that off. It's been pruned, and then I will give it a, I don't know, dark one. I like the dark one. We could squirrel our way into next week if I don't watch it. Hold on. Sorry, I just noticed how dark the camera was. Of course I can fix all this in post, but sometimes it's nice not to have to mess around with it too much. The more that you edit video, the more that you take it away from its original settings, the more degraded you'll make it. You'll lose a lot of the resolution and the clarity, and it'll mess with your picture. Try not to, those of you who make videos, try not to edit it too much. Try to get it right in camera as much as possible, which reeks of effort, I know. This is gonna go down here, I believe. But you know what it needs? No, Nick, what does it need? I have to go now. No, you don't. You have nowhere to go. That is why I know I can hold you hostage, because you have nowhere to be. Here are some little brads. And I have this teeny tiny little punch. Just a little round punch. I got this at the Craft Reuse Center, and I think it was $1 or 50 cents or something ridiculous. It's awesome. It's awesome is what it was. It's gonna get glued down. I just wanted to punch some holes so that I knew where I was going for a change this morning. That's going to just pop a squat right there, I think. And I am going to put brads through it. Oh, too short. Fail. So what is everybody up to? What are you guys doing? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. What in the world are you up to? Are you working? Do you have to work? Are you at home teaching your children or grandchildren or niece or nephew or something? Are you twiddling your thumbs and wishing that Netflix would put out some new content? Come on, Netflix, get with the program. You're killing me, Smalls. So there is, what is this? I don't even know what this is, guys. Don't even know. Thing in here. Yes, I need to work on the globe. I'm working on it. My time gets sucked down by other things that need to be done. So the wants tos, ooh, that's cool. The wants tos get last place. That's why it's taking me a year to even get started on this journal. This is just a little sticker or printable from the Bookish Minutia class. So I was just going to add that to the, just because it's got some red on it. Got red on you. Name that movie. That there. But I want to thank David. Thank you, David, for sharing this technique with us. I really appreciate that. That rocks. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I think it's a great technique, and I think it looks pretty authentic. And these are some other little tidbits that apparently need to go on now. Yeah. These are just some little paper hole reinforcers. Probably don't even have to put one on the back, but who knows, maybe I'll finish up the back. Maybe this will become a raggedy. It already is kind of getting to be one, isn't it? So that looks pretty cool. That tape is kind of epic. Kind of epic and low effort. And then here, I don't think I've got any little things handy because I didn't know I was doing this, so I didn't prepare. Sorry. I sound real sorry, don't I? Likely story, Nick. Ooh, I found another alcohol ink. A mushroom. That's where that went. Well, I was gonna put a little bulb pin. Here's a little copper paper clip. I'll get it. The brain had to kick in. You could hear all the brain cells. What is it? What is it, man? Come up with the name. Somebody did. Somebody in there came up with it. That's what I will do in lieu of. Then something can be clipped there. Oh. Happy day. Okay, guys, I hope you are having a good day. I hope you continue to have a great day. I will get together all the bookcases so that I can show those to you. Then I will finish up that other project I kind of stumbled on the other day that I was like, oh, this is so neat. I've got to work it up so that I will try to prepare. How's that? I will attempt to prepare. So I will do that, and I will be back with you guys, and I will stop rummaging around here, and I'm just gonna let you go. Just gonna let you go. I will see you all really, really soon in the next video. Bye, guys.